Welcome to Alan's Trains. Today we are looking at the Midland Railway Class 4P train pack. This is the end of the box view, R30377. Welcome to another unboxing and review from Alan's Trains. Well, the standard Hornby big box style packaging. The locomotive is in a separate blister pack, and the two carriages are covered in this cellophane stuff. Right, and here is the usual Hornby instruction sheet. It says 440 compound county hunts and schools class railroad locomotives, and it shows you where to lubricate it, where to fit a DCC decoder, so just the usual stuff. First of all, we'll deal with the locomotive. Let's get it out of the box. There we are. Let's put him on the turntable and have a closer look, shall we? The locomotive in this pack is a model of a Midland Railway LMS Class 4P compound steam locomotive in Midland Railway Crimson Lake livery. The official type is LMS Class 4P compound, later just known as the LMS 440 compound. The role is mixed traffic and passenger duties, and it was originally designed for passenger trains but versatile enough for lighter work. The designer was Henry Fowler for the LMS, and it was based on earlier Midland Railway designs. The era is roughly 1920s to 1950s prototype era. This model is considered Era 3, the Big Four period after the 1923 grouping. Around 195 examples were built between 1924 and 1932. None were preserved. This means your Hornby model does a nice job representing a classic pre-nationalisation or early LMS passenger locomotive, a real workhorse of its time. Although it's only a railroad model, you can see that the detailing and lining has been quite finely applied, and there is a metal handrail going along. Also on the tender is quite nicely decorated as well. It has the number 1009. Let's look at the front. You can see on the front the smoke box hinges are nicely picked out, and the buffer beams nicely depicted in red. Buffers, of course, are not sprung. Again, quite a lot of detail on it. Let's look at the cab, interior detail. Yes, there's a bit of detail inside the cab too. Right. The coaches supplied with this pack are clerestory passenger coaches, finished to match the locomotive in Midland Railway livery. They represent the late 19th century coaching stock, typically non-corridor vehicles, in this case a composite coach and a brake coach, which was entirely normal for the period. Visually, they are characterised by panelled wooden sides, paired compartment windows, and most noticeably the raised clerestory roof. What is a clerestory and why did railways use it? The term clerestory actually comes from church architecture. In medieval cathedrals, the clerestory was an upper row of windows that let light into the nave. Railway engineers borrowed the idea directly. The raised roof allowed light and ventilation into the coach at a time when there was no electric lighting and ventilation was otherwise poor. In effect, the clerestory was a Victorian air conditioning. Warm air rose into the raised section and escaped through the vents, while daylight filtered into what would otherwise have been a gloomy compartment. How about that? You can see here it says 3 for third class compartment, and it says LMR for London Midland Railway. Here's the guards compartment. It says Midland on there. The decoration is finished to quite a good standard. I would recommend these coaches are better than the older coaches that were issued by Hornby. A point in favour of these coaches as compared to the older coaches that Hornby had issued is these ones come with metal wheels which run better than the plastic wheels which were provided with the older models. This is the composite coach, which has both third class and first class compartments. It's very similar, of course, to the other brake coach, but there's no harm in taking a look at it, is there? This is the corridor side of the coach, and you can see there's a handrail depicted, but it's just a white line inside the carriage, which is a common Hornby practice. Now for the track test. Right-ho, the moment of truth, will she run? And she's derailed. So this is turning into a Sam's Trains video. So, what's wrong with this loco? Let's zoom in a bit, shall we? And what do we see? We see the tyre is fallen off the wheel. So I've got a job gluing that back. I'm gluing this back with PVA because of the danger. If you use super glue, there's a danger that if the glue was set too quickly and the wheel will be forever wonky. Refitting the wheel was a tricky job, but I've done it. If you get this problem, all you have to do is just smear the PVA around the wheel and then just squeeze it up with a pair of pliers like that all the way round, and then just wipe off the excess glue. So I mean, if you get a loco with this fault, don't panic, just get the PVA out. Well, we're now back after lunch and the glue's had time to dry. I found the wheels on this loco were extremely dirty, and I've had to clean them with cleaning stuff, with electrical contact cleaner, because it was running rather inconsistently. Let's do the Sam's Trains coupling test. That seems to connect up all right, no problems. So off we go, jubbity-jub. Well, after a bit of running in, it does run quite smoothly. I paid £139 for this train pack from Rails of Sheffield. It's often on sale for much more than that. I mean, if you can get it for a knockdown price, then you've not got much to lose in getting this train pack, I don't think. Obviously, got to be aware of the issues with the wheels and that. It's not bad. The slow speed is all that bad, but it does have pickups on all wheels. This huge mound of coal is a feature that exists because this tooling was originally used to house a Ringfield motor, and that's the shape of the Ringfield motor that is concealed. But of course there's nothing in there now, just a DCC socket. Does not seem to have a problem going across the express points. In a moment I'm going to try the second radius point and crossover test and the second radius test. So let's put that point across. This is the second radius test. That seemed to go okay. So if you've got a first radius curve, there's no problem, it will go around it. If you are running a heritage line kind of themed layout, then this type of carriage would be seen. This illustration is from this book, the Isle of Wight Central Railway, and if you're having an Isle of Wight themed layout, then this type of coach wouldn't be out of place. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment.